Okay, Muse just released a brand new snippet of one of their new songs, Nightshift Superstar. It's a 1 minute, 10-second clip roughly, and you can find it using this link which I've linked below. I can't play it in this video because if I do, then Muse will simply block the video in every single country from being viewed. I don't mind getting copyright claims for where I use content that isn't mine, as long as the video is still visible, but when it gets blocked in every country, I don't even go anywhere near that, especially in longer videos. But if you do want to see it, you can see it on Twitter, you can see it on that website, and you can see it on this channel, but in the YouTube Shorts. There's 2 videos. By breaking it up into 2 parts, the content is covered by the Shorts policy. So check that out first, because I'm going to be talking about spoilers for what this song sounds like. So there you go. That's your warning. Into the song now. So Nightshift Superstar is the 2nd track on the album, and I was expecting a more poppy sound for this song. Simply looking at the track lengths, the first track is The Dark Forest, and it's over 5 minutes long. So I'm expecting that one to be a slow, dark build-up, maybe a bit like Algorithm. A song that is going to set the tone for the rest of the album. And because this song title has the name Superstar in it, and I don't really know what it can mean, I was expecting this to be more of a pop song or an electronic song. And it seems that that is the case, but it still wasn't entirely what I was expecting. The first thing we hear are some vocals. These are backing vocals with multiple voices. Rhythmically, I think it sounded a bit like the Unraveling backing vocals. The unraveling sounds quite similar to the Nightshift Superstar singing. There's also quite a nice high vocal at the end that ascends behind those vocals. But as well as sounding like the Unraveling backing vocals, because there's multiple voices going on here, it does sound a little bit like Will of the People at first, at least in the sense that Matt got his family to sing on that during lockdown to make the chorus. And it's just a weird blend of voices, so it sounds like he might have done that again.
Yeah. Like that. I wanted it to be like almost our crowd from a show. But during the pandemic, obviously you couldn't get any group of people together. So we had no choice but to do it ourselves. So we ended up adding our wives and all of our kids. And so basically it's basically all of Muse's family, essentially.
It's a family chorus.
Yeah, and it sounds like this,
Lyrically, from this snippet, I don't really know what a Nightshift Superstar is supposed to be or what it means. The lyrics we have are, dancing free, you are a Nightshift Superstar. She's running from the light, burning bright. And then we have another variation of that at some point, which is, she's treating you just right, such a fright, because she's a night shift superstar. So I tried looking up Nightshift Superstar in case it was like some kind of star type or category or a thing in space, but as far as I'm aware, Nightshift Superstar does not exist outside of a Muse song. So this might just be a name for a girl or something like that. So far, this isn't entirely my cup of tea. When I think about what I want from a Muse song, this is not really the kind of thing I want. I'd prefer something in the vein of Hexagons, which I really liked. But Muse have been a variety band in terms of the kinds of songs and the range of songs they put in a single album for quite a long time now. Going back really to Black Holes and Revelations, although you could argue it goes back even further than that. So the fact that we have a pop song here which sounds very different to the other 3 singles isn't that surprising. And based on the kind of pop songs that Muse have released, I'm thinking specifically about some of the rubbish, dare I say, that was released in the Simulation Theory album. This sounds like it's going to be okay. But I was quite concerned listening to the song because the song has electronic drums from what I can hear, and before the bass drop, the song kind of sounds like it's been tampered with. It sounds like when you use an AI remover to take out the vocals or an instrument from the song. So it makes the song feel very whistly and very thin before the drop. But then as soon as the drop does come in, the bass has a really crunchy, a kind of compressed tone, I must say. But I do actually like it a lot. I think it's a good sound. And I think the bass line in this whole song is really groovy. And so I like pop songs. I don't always like when Muse do pop songs. But if the bass line is going to be good throughout and it's got a good groove, then I can definitely get behind it. But it's very apparent that this is one of the more mainstream songs on the album. And that makes me think it's got quite a lot in common with Compliance at the moment. with both of those songs being the second track on an album, which makes me still think that Dark Forest is going to be a tone setter that's dark and takes its time to build up. Think about Newborn and Bliss and the contrast between those. Or maybe this track is a bit more like Mercy if you were to draw a weaker comparison to Drones. And since this is a shorter song, I reckon that in terms of its structure, it's going to have this intro that we've heard. When Matt comes in with his vocals, that's going to be the first chorus. So we'll open with a chorus, and then we'll do the first verse, maybe a short pre-chorus, but maybe not. And then we have the first chorus, then we have another verse, pre-chorus if we have that, second chorus, and then simply an outro. It might even just end at the end of that chorus. But it seems to me very much that the Nightshift Superstar lyric will lead directly into a verse, and that's what we cut off from in the snippet. The only reservation I have about this song, because I've already come to terms with the fact that this is not as experimental as I would like the song to be, and this might just be a Compliance 2.0, which is okay because I do like Compliance, but I would prefer a more experimental track. The only reservation I actually have with this is if the studio version sounds exactly like the snippet we just heard, then the production on this song is going to absolutely suck. Because why are they putting that sort of bandpass filter thing, the thing that sounds like an AI remover, on the song before the bass drop comes in? Is it just to make the bass drop more impactful? Because if so, that's a really lousy production technique. I just don't want the production to ruin what could be a good, groovy Muse song, because we've been there before. So I'm still optimistic, but this has kind of dampened my hopes for a more cohesive album. I think that there will be connective tissue between all of these things, in the same way that Simulation Theory has connective tissue between all of its songs. But this is definitely going to be more of a variety pack, a smorgasbord of Muse songs. Maybe not so different from Will of the People in terms of its variety, but hopefully significantly better in terms of its production, songwriting, and themes. Very quickly, this song also has some similarities to other songs that exist. I think the Nightshift Superstar bit at the end of the chorus sounds a lot like Cake by the Ocean. And there's a bit right at the end of my first snippet, should be able to play it. That sounds exactly like a pop song that exists, but I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it's called, but I've definitely heard that. So if anyone knows what that song is, leave it in the comments and let me know, because I just can't remember what it's called. I can't put that. Bum, 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 bum. I can't put that into Google. I don't know what it is. So if you like this kind of thing, I have reviews of Showbiz, Origin of Symmetry, my thoughts on Cryogen and Hexagons. Absolutely tons of Muse content is coming out of this channel right now. So if you don't want to miss any of that, then you need to like and subscribe, because that's the only way you will stay tuned to this tiny channel that is very focused on Muse right now. So, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.